it changed the way I see my art as well, what I want to do. It grew me what I really wanted to do, which I knew it before, but sometimes you feel like you need to be reminded yourself what you really are. What it taught me is that my work is not really just work, like you explaining. It's a piece of art. Is more than that. It moved in a kind of radicate in a different ways.
Yeah, it all kind of came out.
I don't like to do just one thing.
No, I
As an
don't.
artist, you like to, always been someone in the past that never believed in myself. So
Yeah.
now it's a different story.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Handmade Bosses YouTube channel. So I am here with the lovely Monika, and today we are going to be having a little interview, having a little chat, and learning more about what Monika does. So over to you. Tell us a little bit more about what you do, about you. Tell us more about you.
Okay, thank you, Steph. Nice to see you again. My name is Monika. Basically I'm an artist, and I'm a writer as well. I write books. I work a bit mixed in art and healings because I've been studying also healing art. So do different things, but so my business is more about art and craft services, and yes, and I mix that with other things, and I write a book. So that basically what I do professionally. I've always been doing this for a long time. So yeah, and I'm originally, to talk about me, I'm originally Italian, but I kind of grew up in England. So I spent 25 years in England. So I'm kind of half and half. And now I moved again to another country, Cyprus, where the weather is much better than England, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's quite recent. So it's still new environment for me. But yeah, so basically.
Awesome. Love that. And so I know that you do a lot of different things. We were just chatting about the necklace that you've got on, paper craft. You're a very creative person, but tell me what made you fall in love with what you sell within your shop and kind of what mainly you do.
But actually, my love it starts from the love for Asian art because I'm specialized in Asian art. And in fact, when I decided to open an Etsy shop, I wasn't sure what to put because I do a lot of different things in art. And I felt like origami, which is one of the things I love, it was something that I imagined it would be really working very well. And so I wasn't sure. I put both, and I realized that my love comes from there, the passion for this culture, the Japanese culture, which I love. So it starts from there, basically. And the fact that then I always been looking at Etsy, and I was very fascinated by it, but I didn't have never dared to try before. So yeah, so that probably started from.
Oh, awesome. Love it. And what do you love about Japanese kind of art and culture? Like what is it that kind of draws you to it?
Um, Something that is opposite of what I've been studying my life, like I'll study your perspective, different. Japanese art is all about simplicity, when less is more. So it's all about really simple lines, and there is a philosophy behind it. So, and also everything is connected with nature in their culture. So I love nature, and I love the fact that then love to show people and help people to reconnect with nature through art. So origami made with paper, and then you also, whatever shape you create, there are animals, flowers, quite creative natural elements. Even in my painting, draw is similar. So that would draw me into it. And because I really believe in this connection with nature, which I also think is something people should get to and reconnect in a sense. So in a way, it's also to help people to reconnect through some creative pieces. And that will happen actually.
Yeah, and I feel like that kind of art is always got some kind of nature in there, always, even if
Yeah,
it's
it does. Yes, it does.
yeah, which I love, because like what you said, I think we could all do with getting more back into it again.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it
Yeah.
would make the world a better place, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think if we all put our feet in the grass,
Yeah, I love doing that. Bare feet. Yes,
bare
lovely.
feet with like mildewy grass, it's just the best feeling. I love it.
Yeah, so nice. Yes, beautiful.
So when did you first find out about handmade Bosses / me?
It was actually in connection with my idea of opening Etsy shop, because I was going to open Etsy shop. Actually, probably I opened Etsy shop just before finding you,
Mm,
a couple of months earlier, and I thought I I opened this shop now, but I don't know much about Etsy, and I felt like I needed guidance,
mm,
something. I wasn't
mm.
sure what I was looking for, so I just found you. I believe everything happened for a reason. So
Yes, I
I
love
found
it.
you. Yeah, I always believe that. So the fact that I was looking on Facebook and I saw an advertisement by you or something, there must be a reason why I found that. I go by instinct. I felt you, or the way you say things, resonate with me, or the way I would just, go away and look for something else.
Mm.
Yeah, I just want to find out more. So yeah, so that's probably the way it started. So it's connection. I opened Etsy shop. What am I gonna do now? Because I didn't know much about it. So yeah, and then I was looking around for. I always open to in development, invest in myself, understanding. So I just was looking for something more like a course, because I never find before you a course specific on understanding about Etsy. Even if you talk about business in general, I
Mm.
couldn't find anything, and it was confusing about how Etsy work. You have an idea, but if you want to make it work, you don't know what to do exactly. So that will really attract me to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I found on Facebook, if I remember well, it was an advert on Facebook, I think.
Mm. So yeah, so it's kind of I feel what you say about general business advice not being the
Yeah,
same for a handmade business, because it's almost like you, with a normal like business, it's very much like you're churning things out all the time. It's very
yeah.
different.
Also, the fact that you concentrate on the business for creative people.
Mm.
Sometimes I find business plans and yeah, but I'm an artist. I don't want to work in the marketing the way you do. I
Mm.
want to work in a specific to what I do, and it's very difficult sometimes to find them. I just get confused. I'm not very good with marketing. As an artist, I'm more like in the clouds. So I need something straightforward, simple. I'm quite clever, so I understand. It's just about the way the course is structured is in a way that makes sense to me, and
Yeah.
that's what the reason why. Yeah,
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that you said that. So you've mentioned the course. When abouts did you join it,
I
roughly?
think it was a year ago,
Mm.
because we moved here 5 months ago. I remember it was already in plan to move. I remember talking to Sophie, asking advice. What do you think? Should I join the course now? Because I'm going to be there any time I won't be able to follow. Say, but yeah, just do it anyway, see how it goes. So I thought, I try not to procrastinate too much. So I thought, if I don't do it now, I won't do it.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let's do it now. And if I have to move, I'll explain to Steph, look, I can't do much right now. And in fact, I finished the course a bit later than I was supposed to. But I think it was right to do it. So
Mm.
I think it was just a year ago. It was about, if I remember well, it was about maybe it's the summer, last summer, I think it was
Yeah.
kind of late
Yeah.
summer or something. Yeah, because I opened the shop in June,
Mm.
and yeah, I think around August, because I didn't. It was open for just a couple of months when I started the courses, so it probably was about August when I started. Yeah,
Oh,
when I
awesome. Awesome. So talking about the course, what impact would you say that it's had on the business and your Etsy shop and all that
well
kind
in
of
the on Etsy a lot, because especially the first part. Sometimes at the end also I was moving, but the first part really put me in a set, like to understand how to start. And I
Mm.
already started in the shop, but there was a lot more I couldn't really get in a sense of how to plan the listing,
Mm.
what you put, what you say, which
Mm.
something already new, as an artist for a long time. But related to Etsy, I think there is a different way to do it. Even the photograph to take, how to take, what's best to put, how many is best to put, all this technical stuff.
Mm.
They think the technical stuff is not as important, but actually it is, because you put it in a way on Etsy in a different way. And since I started and follow the steps, many people say, look, your Etsy shop is beautiful. And that was already a good start, even if it doesn't have to be just beautiful, as you know. But, it was a start. It was eye-catching. And that was a
Yes.
start.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so basically, the step by step, especially the first part of the course, about really understanding Etsy works and the listing, really the listing, how to, and another thing I found very, very useful, how to write my introduction, which I did write already before that. And I'm glad to say that most of the things you said, they were already there in my, because I'm already doing these things. But I could improve it with your advice to make it even more personal in a way.
Yes.
So yeah, that's mostly that, all the part about listing, introduction about me, the main branding really, the main branding I think was very useful. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. And with talking about your business and the way it's grown, what impact has that had on your life?
I think the positive impact, even if it was concentrated on my Etsy shop, because as you know, my business is all about art in general, and I don't just do that. I do art on commission. Actually, what Etsy gave me and helped me to improve my, how can I say, how to treat my leads as well. Because I found people, they not just wanted to buy my work, they want to commission something related to my work, which is what I like most, I have to be honest. I'm not the kind of artist I want to just sell and sell like this. I don't know, always been like to have a connection and rapport with the people, you know. And what I love about Etsy, the fact you create a connection with these people, then ask you for something. I think it changed the way I see my art as well, what I want to do. It grew me what I really wanted to do, which I knew it before, but sometimes you feel like you need to be reminded yourself what you really are, what you really want to do. And I knew already, and I studied these kind of things, and like you focus on yourself or the way you explaining things already in my, like I study life coaching, so I already knew this thing. But sometimes it's good to be reminded many times. It's like repetition. So I could say, oh, what Steffi said, I already know that. But instead of saying that, I thought, I know already this, but I think I'm going to listen to Steph again anyway, because she might say a word that I didn't think about it, even if I think I know this stuff. Instead of be like, full of myself, say, look, I know this stuff already. I was saying, I know some of this, but maybe Steph has another opinion, or has another version of it. So just be open-minded, basically.
Yeah. I think like at times we kind of know like fragmented bits of advice and things that we should do, but it's actually putting it into a plan and kind of saying, right, here's the step.
Especially if you work in specific things, because maybe I have information about that in the healing industry, in your coaching, but that's about Etsy and selling and your work. So it's slightly different. So it was good to,
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Love it. So I know we chatted a little bit about this, but what was your biggest takeaway from the course itself?
I was thinking about a specific way to say, like, it's an open up in my brain, like an open up or something, a new perspective in a sense. What I mean is, even if what I mostly learned was technically how to build my shop. As I said before, because of what I learned, I was reading again, it reminded me of me as an artist, what I wanted to do. And even if I don't really want to just sell, it doesn't matter, because I tend to go through what I study and kind of focus on that in work. So I think it helped also my new work I'm doing now in commission, because of the disposition. I think the disposition of me to my work and the people I connect to. So I would call it probably the disposition of myself as a businesswoman, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. That makes perfect
somehow.
sense. Yeah. So tell us more about what your business was like a year ago and how different it is now.
Ooh. It's a lot different, not just about Etsy. But last year, actually, when I started Etsy, but Etsy wasn't do much at the beginning. The first 2 months it was, and I didn't start the course yet. And I was doing a bit and pieces, commission and work, and also teach. I do workshops. So it was okay, but something was missing, and it's not exactly what I wanted to do or the way I wanted to do it. This year, also strange enough, since I moved, I'm working a lot more now than I was in England. It's not about England necessarily. It's first of all, I have a studio now. And before that, I couldn't afford it. So here I built the studio where I am. It's my new studio, which I make it built by a builder. So I did in my new studio, which I could do. And now, for example, this month I have 3 or 4 commission. I don't know where to start because I have deadlines one after another. And in terms of the sale on Etsy, I know it's not huge, and I have to be honest with myself. I believe then you have to put the work into it. And honestly, with the course, I put a lot into it at the beginning, but with the moving stuff, I let go a bit.
Yes,
so
yeah.
if I'm not going the way I want to on Etsy, it's not anyone's fault, it's just me. So I know it just depends on me. But actually, last year I didn't have much. Starting the course, I started to have a few sales. And the last 6 months, I got 40 to 50 sales. It's not a lot if you think about it, but for me, it's a lot anyway, because some of them are the same people returning, which is nice.
Yes.
And also, it created a connection with these people. And what it told me is that my work is not really just work, like you're explaining. It's a piece of art. Is more than that. And people was commission me like origami, not just because I like origami, I want to have an origami. Some for a funeral, sometimes for a wedding. The funeral was amazing when it happened because this lady from Australia told me she wanted to give something to put in, in the place, the burial, to put this flower, this lotus flower I make, like a symbol of, they take something with them in the new journey, in a sense. It was so beautiful, she thought about that. So I was feeling more valued for what she thought the origami could do than the work itself. You know what I mean? The meaning of it, behind it.
Yeah.
And from there, most of the people will buy from me. It's just for that. It's not because just they like it, but it's because they give something back. And that probably because I put down information about not just this is made with paper, that's the color. I just put this represents, symbolize this and that. And for me, it's a connection with, and it can help you, it's like it can give you joy. I never talk about it will look nice on your table. I always say it will give joy to your space.
Yes.
So I was talking a different way, which I always do. But into the business, I wasn't doing like that. I wasn't doing with what people I'm talking to, but into the business and the shop, I thought I couldn't do that. That will you actually remind me, then I could do that. Even my shop. Why shouldn't I talk in a spiritual way, in a sense? Because that's what my shop is about. It wasn't just, kind of art and healing shop, in a sense. So I think that will change a lot in the last year, and then now the commission and the work I do now is more rewarding. I love doing it, and it's more me. It's more what I want to do.
Yeah.
He also asked me to write a new course, so it's related to what I do as a creator. So it moved in a kind of radicate in a different ways.
Yeah, it all kind of came out.
I don't like to do just one thing.
No, I don't.
As an artist, you like to, So it's like I do origami and I love it, but origami can become an installation. It can become something in a movie. It can be, and the same with a painting. So I do mandala and this educational. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Center of Excellence.
No,
It's sell all courses, online courses they create. It's very famous in UK, and they asked me to write this course on mandala. And it's so much fun, even if it's challenging, because you need to write in a certain way. There's a special structure. So again, learn how to plan, be confident you could do it, even if you find it's very difficult at the beginning. Because I was panicking. I say yes, I will do it, and I say I don't know if I can do that. I say yes already. So I say yes, it means I can do it. I have to believe I can do it. It's just because I believe in myself is something in any course I do, and yours as well, help a lot. Because I've always been someone in the past that never believed in myself. So now it's a different story. Again, I sometimes have doubts about myself. I feel like rubbish, but I really start really to see myself as a worthy person. I really believe in my work, and I proved that my work has a value, and the people loves it, and they think I'm very talented, I'm special. So that it means if they say that, why should not believe in myself?
Yeah, exactly.
So so it changed in this way, and in a sense. It wasn't just your course, but in the middle of that, the course really put things in places, if it makes sense.
And do you think that a lot of people see their craft as just the thing, like just jewelry?
I think so. Unfortunately, it's a shame
Yeah.
because it gives, it take off a lot of value from it.
Yeah.
And of course, if you do as a hobby, you can see as you like it, but when it become your work, your career, it's something more than that. And every time you probably see it, and many people see all this video or article about how art can change lives. It's really true. It's not something we just invented,
Yeah.
because you visualize things through shapes, forms, colors,
Yeah.
and that it make it more direct for people to really heal if you have to heal, grieve if you have to grieve, or see things differently. It's the best and more best impact you can have through creativity, I believe. And then creative can be even in music, dance. I'm not saying just visual arts, whatever it is, craft. But even craft and fine art would be divided for a long time, thinking that craft wasn't as good as fine art. Why is that? It's just a lot of things. So yeah, I do believe still a lot of people thinks that. I hope less would be after that, or maybe the people will understand more
Yeah.
that we're trying to do with our work. So hopefully, yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the way you think about it all. I think that's like perfect boss mindset. I love it. I love it. So thinking about your business a year from now, what would you like it to be?
Well, generally as it is in terms of what I do, but more kind of be more consistent with the kind of work I get in, so then I can be able to say no. There was a time in my life I couldn't say no. I would take in so much, even things I didn't like, and at the end of the day, it wasn't worth the money. So why did I do that?
Yeah.
So I think about concentrate consistency versus intensity. I think the consistency is more important than intensity sometimes.
Yes.
But I'm a very passionate person, so sometimes get intense. You want to just let go and do a lot. But then I realized I need to calm down and really take in what are really worth it. And again, I learned to see money as energy, and we need energy to live, survive, to do what we like. And it's still, sometimes I find difficult to price and say, oh my God, money, how do I work this now? But I stay already in a different way. I can see why certain work would be worth it as in terms of money, but also in terms of gratification, both ways. So my aim is to have more of this kind of work and less of these tiny small things. Then I can still do if I want to, if it doesn't take time from what I'm mostly work. So a certain project, there are certain type of, it's almost the type of project I get more than a number of projects for me. And the same for sale. The type of sale than the main sale. For example, one of the last I had since I moved to Cyprus on Etsy was for more than 100 euro in one time, which is not huge, but consider usually with origami sometimes they buy one and two. It's not, they cannot be very expensive. I would like more of this, or more of think I bought this from you. Now I would like to commission this for this and that. So more kind of this kind of a kind of work, more than selling the individual piece, which is not going to work a lot unless you have a thousand of sales. Which, and honestly, I can't really concentrate a lot just on Etsy because I do a lot other
you do a lot
things,
of
which
different
at the
things.
moment they give you more money. Grow from there a bit more than it's doing now, and the rest as it's doing, but with certain type of projects. So I'm sure there's something I can even improve on Etsy. So I will do it when I have the time. I will. But yes, it's not just about Etsy. As for me, it wasn't just about Etsy when I joined your course. It started from there, but then it became a way to in all my career, basically.
Oh, perfect. Oh, I love it. This has been really, really good. So what is one true but weird or crazy fact about you?
Well, I don't know if I can call it crazy, but I was thinking last time, then I mean, if I think of the way I used to think in the past, it would be crazy for me. The more I spend money, the more I earn. Some people think, wait until you have the money before you spend it for your career. But if I don't spend the money, I can't grow in my career.
Yeah.
But sometimes I didn't do it for a long time. And I had also surrounded by people like this say, you wait for the right circumstances. The other way around.
Yes.
You don't wait for the right circumstance, you act, and then the right circumstance will come. So that's my mindset, and then probably the reason why I accept to do the course because I think you have my same mindset. And I have to thank also some other people I work with and I study with that taught me that.
Yeah.
And I realized every time I invest money, sometimes I feel guilty. Oh my God, all this money I spent. Why?
Yeah.
But actually, you have a lot of return.
Mm.
If I give an example before your course, which is a lot cheaper than another thing I spend and I invest in me, I invest in this coaching course I did. It was an American one. I spent nearly $10,000, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So how did you do that? Why did I do that? I start to think maybe I'll ask some help a bit at the beginning. I can use my credit card. So people will say, you're crazy. Why did you do that?
Bosses, we've been having some really great conversations in today's video. However, I'm here to tell you about this. This is called your conversion rate, and I've actually made for you in the description box below a free 90-minute conversion rate masterclass. So I'm just going to quickly explain to you in 1 minute why this is important. Okay. So this is your Etsy shop and these are your customers. So let's say that you get 100 customers into your store and you have a 1% conversion rate. That means you get one sale, and roughly that's going to be about $30 to £30. But what happens when we increase that conversion rate to 2%, 3% and above? This suddenly doubles, triples, quadruples without you having to change anything. Now, getting customers into your store costs time, effort, and money. But what if you didn't have to change this, you didn't have to change your shop, all you had to change was this conversion rate? That is what I'm going to be teaching you in today's masterclass. So whether you're a newbie or a seasoned Etsy shop owner, get yourself down below and register for that masterclass so you can increase this number. Back to the video.
Why should I not do that?
Yeah.
And while I was studying, paying this course, I started to have more work.
Yeah.
And I finished to pay that amount before I finished the course.
Wow.
If I didn't do it, I wouldn't spend the money, but I wouldn't even earn the money. You know, it's kind of a, so,
like
and sometimes
energy, isn't it?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a change of energy. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm going to spend $10,000 every time because I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
You know, at the time I did, it was the right time. And every time I think back and I say, my God, a lot of money I spent, I don't regret it. It gave me so much return, even if sometimes you do a course specific on something, but you don't do what the course give you. You do something else, but the course gave you the input to go to something else. So, for example, if you do a course of life coaching, but you don't really work as a life coach, it doesn't matter to me because the course gave me the tools to use and apply those tools on my other, kind of thing. Even it's still there, the coaching and stuff, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Do exactly what the course was about. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So I think the crazy thing is about how much money I spent in the last 2 years. Consider crazy for some people, but the way we think is not crazy.
No.
So it depends how you want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love it. Okay, so my last question to you is, what one piece of advice would you give to yourself 12 months ago?
Again, I think I will repeat myself in terms of, Monica, be consistent, because I tend to get distracted, which is fine as an artist. Artists, we are like, which is fine. You can't lose that, otherwise you won't be an artist.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, the part of business, I don't like the word business, but, like the part of business.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Part of your business that you have to really work on. So I think I tell myself, Monica, try to keep, even if it's a 10% of that, but the 10% do it well. Then all the rest is your creativity. But trying to do well the bit, just because unfortunately people say art is just to do the work and that's it. But who's gonna buy or who's gonna see you if you don't do anything? You stay in your studio and do it. That's not enough. So even if I don't like the idea, so be more consistent in my kind of marketing part, even if I don't really like, I have to be honest with you, but yes, it makes sense. You have to. Yeah. So a bit more consistent on that, I think would be good advice to myself, consider the way I am. Then I tend to get distracted. things. Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
perfect. Okay, so if people want to find you online, where can they find you?
Yeah, I mean, I have a part of the Etsy shop, which I don't know if I can, because I don't remember. I can tell you the name, but I don't know the link. I don't have the link here. I don't know if.
I'll pop the link below if you'd like us to, but also like Instagram. If
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
with my name, Monika Cilmi, actually, strange enough, I sometimes Monika with a K
Yeah.
as an artist.
Yeah.
But I think on Instagram, on Facebook, Etsy shop is with is Monika Paper Magic, the name of the shop.
Paper magic.
But my actually website where you can connect with everything, it's www.monikacilmi.co.uk. So not difficult, but Monika with a K. So I don't know if you want to put it down somewhere, or if it's possible, the link, or yeah.
I'll pop
Do
it
I
down.
write it? Can I write it to you here? Maybe, and then you
I
can.
think I've
No.
got it. I
Oh
think
no,
I've actually got
oh,
it.
you got it, so it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll get the team
In case,
to
that's
pop
good.
it below.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, I really encourage you guys to go and check out Monika's shop. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. And I've loved the chats. I've loved that. It's just been so good. But if you guys enjoyed this, give this a big thumbs up, and we will catch you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.